is strong. The State of the Union is strong. America is greater than it's ever been. So let's first of all start off with the facts at hand. No, I did not watch the State of the Union address, and no, I didn't watch anybody's commentary about the State of the Union address. Left wing, right wing, centrist, whatever. I haven't looked at anything. My knowledge, in terms of what actually happened, stops at, as of maybe a week ago, I knew that the State of the Union address was coming up, and he was gonna make his speech or whatever. But that's it. After that, I heard it, I was like, okay, whatever. I already knew what he was gonna say. So let's see if I was right. Again, I haven't looked at anything. I really haven't been in social media lately, so I don't even know what anybody has been saying about this or about much else. But this is what I expect from the State of the Union address. Obviously, the economy is doing great. Jobs are back. Manufacturing is back. The GDP is up. The price of eggs is down. The price of gas is down. It's going to $2 soon, and this and that, and everything's cheaper, and the economy is booming better than it's ever been. It's a new golden age, and we're just getting started. So make sure on the midterms you come out and vote so we can keep doing the good work. I don't know if you go that far to be promoting about the midterms. I don't know. That's a little bit too on the nose. But in general, it's gonna be, everything's great. Now, a bad faith actor might make the point that, hey man, that's like every single State of Union. The president's gonna say everything's great and his policies are working and everything's wonderful. So why you got the Trump derangement syndrome, huh? Right. Certainly every president is going to try to paint the most rosy picture of what is going on under their administration. They'd be a fool not to do so, right? There's this thing called midterms, and the people in power are gonna take a beating usually. So you want to promote the, hey man, I'm the leader of this party, and you voted for this party, and look at all the good stuff we've done. Right. However, I think it's on a different level. At least, I think usually they would try to pin, they will try to, I don't know, man. It's like you've got a good left side, right? On the right side, you got a big ass scar, right? So me showing you my left side is not exactly necessarily lying. It is my left side. It is real. It's not like AI or anything. It's me. It's my face. It's just that on the other side, got some big scars, So I think like a Joe Biden or Obama or, any number of previous presidents, George Bush, Reagan, whoever, the tendency, the standard would be talk about the left side, talk about the Fox Rick, not the other side, right? We're going to highlight the good stuff and, downplay the negatives. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I expect Trump to take it to a whole nother level. He's not going to just show you his good side, and left-wingers, a lot of partisan folks won't want to admit that there is a good side. And I don't mean there's nothing good about Trump, right? But there are now the details, unfortunately, don't look good, right? When you go into the details, and I'll give you one example. So the tariffs were a little bit of a disaster, but he was kind of playing games, and then he backed off on a lot of the tariffs, so we don't get the full damage because he didn't do the full bad policy that he had. So it kind of masks a little bit of how bad of a policy it is because we don't get to see the full effect. And for a bad faith actor, you could pretend like, oh, well, he's smart and he's doing the wise thing. It takes a strong man to be able to admit he's wrong and adjust, as if that's what happened. But anyway, and then the other thing is now he's getting blocked by the Supreme Court, right? So his policies were horrific. His inability to execute them means that there's going to be a positive impact on the economy, which he can then highlight. So that's a little bit different, right? That's a little bit different. For there to be a lot of jobs created under Biden, and for Biden to highlight that while the cost of housing is skyrocketing, that's like, check out my left side, not my right side. But what Trump, I expected, is more like, I don't even want to show you my left side. I'm going to show you this AI generated, I don't know where we drop up. It's kind of like, if I have a restaurant and I'm the new owner and I have this idea of saving money by, on water. We're going to use, so we're going to barely wash the dishes. Sometimes we won't wash dishes. If the plate looks like relatively clean, we're just going to wipe it with like a paper towel, right? And that's horrific, right? So now you're going to have a lot of negative reports, safety reports, and whoever does the inspections. You're going to fail inspections. You're going to get bad reviews. Some people are going to be like, man, the dishes look like they weren't even washed, right? So that's my horrific policy, right? So I start doing that. We start getting bad reviews. We start getting failing our tests or whatever, right? And then, my plan to do this kind of flops for some reason, because it's like, for whatever reason, I'm like, okay, let's use more water, blah, blah, blah. Let's actually start washing some of the dishes. And by me doing that, the dishes are cleaner. So there's an improvement, right? We stop getting bad reviews. The reviews get improved, right? And then at my State of the Union, I talk about how safety standards were up under me, right? We had better reviews. We had the inspections were saying that our dishes were cleaner than any other restaurant, or not. Well, that's a little extreme, but our dishes were cleaner than before, right? I don't give you the context that before is under me when I was not washing the dishes. That was when the dishes were not so good, and now that they're cleaner under me, it's like a reversion of my dirty dishes policy. Like that's the way I expect Trump to phrase things, right? He does something that's damaging, and then he backs off or fails to implement the thing, and then the positive impact of him not doing a horrific thing, he's going to point to that as like, wow, this is great. Look at what we did. And that's like, it's insane, right? So he's going to talk about how things are great, jobs are coming back, manufacturing's coming back, everything's coming back, everything's great. Crime is down by 100%. We brought down drug prices. He's basically going to throw everything at the water. Like, whether it's true or not, whether it even sounds like it's true or not, doesn't matter. It's just anything he can think of to say, like, stuff that's positive. Some of it might be real, but in context, it's not as good as he makes it sound. Some of it might just be made up, right? Gas is outrageous, $2 a gallon. Like, he's just going to say it, right? We're in the middle of a job boom. Lots of jobs. And I hate to be, I guess I'm more like mocking him. I hate to be doing, because I hate when these YouTubers do these Trump impressions, because there ain't nothing funny about Donald Trump, man. Right? You can call it Trump derangement syndrome all you want. You can call it Trump derangement syndrome if you want to. But ain't nothing funny about Donald Trump, man. Never was. Anyway, that's my prediction. I don't think I'm a genius for predicting the obvious, that his State of the Union was just a bunch of BS. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Comment below, let me know what actually happened in the State of the Union. Was I close? Or was I off the mark? Or was I spot on? Spot of tea, spot on. Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, on that note, I'm gonna get me some cardio, because I just broke my 5K record I did 26:58 in early December of last year, and I just cracked about 25:30. 25:30 at 49 years old, and I'm just getting started. I'm on the fence about potentially joining a running club. These guys compete across the world. I am not quite ready for that, but joining the club would be the first step to getting there. I would say I am crossing into competitive amateur. I shouldn't say competitive amateur. I should say I am basically older runners. They call like a masters. They call it masters athletes or whatever. I'm a slow masters. I'm crossing into the threshold of slow masters, and slow masters is something I'll be quite proud of, right? Because you are a problem for any amateur. People that you see jogging around, and people my age that are athletic and keeping in shape, I can give them the business when it comes to running. However, if I go up against a masters athlete, overwhelming majority of them are gonna kick my ass, but I will be faster than some of them, some of the slower ones. And like I said, I'm just beginning, right? Because if I was at 26:58 in December, and now I'm at 25:30, and I think I can do a 25. The weather conditions were a little bit not quite extreme, but taxing to say the least. So I actually held back. So I broke my record by like close to a minute, and that was me holding back. I was in a bad location for GPS, so I didn't know how far I ran. So, there's a lot of uncertainties, and 2/3 of the way, when it was time to really crank it up, I made the conscious decision to not crank it up and to just hold my pace. So I had a lot more. No, I shouldn't say a lot more. I probably had 5 to 10% more in the tank. If I really wanted to, but I made the executive decision not to risk my body, because it was just like me, challenging my own performance. It's not like an actual competition with other people, and it's just not necessary for me to stress myself like that unnecessarily. I was not in a condition to be able to push much harder without getting a little bit too close to the edge. So I chose to be wise and back off. Not back off, but just hold the line. Hold the line! Anyway, proud of that, and looking forward to see what this summer is going to look like. And I just started last May, walking 2 miles a day. And now I'm talking to the captain of a runners club. I'm getting into slow competitive speeds. The guy with bad knees. The guy with no running experience. Imagine what you could do with enough determination. Anyway, who's in the house? Spot on, mate! Somebody said, spot on, mate! That's how behind I am, because I know that's relation to my comment, I believe, from probably 10 minutes ago. Who is this? I'm not even trying to crash while trying to read that. Anyway, this is the Baby Channel. The Baby comment section below. Click the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Be well, and I'm out. Spot on, mate. Scrappy run. Scrapper on. Scrap iron. Oh, sorry. Scrap iron. Sorry about that, man. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the like. And until next time, be safe. Stay in shape.